नमस्कार साथियों, एनजी एजुकेशन यूट्यूब चैनल पर आपका स्वागत है। साथियों, आज हम लेकर आए हैं माई मदर 866 बाई कमला दास। इस टॉपिक के हम कुछ एमसीक्यूज देखने वाले हैं। तो आइए देखते हैं आज का पहला प्रश्न। टू डज मीन टू स्लीप लाइटली। असेन मीन very pale like say. A corpus is a dead body. Sprinting means running at high speed. Worn means pale and giving the impression of illness or fatigue. An ache is a continuous dull pain. Why does the poet use the simile of the corpus entirely? To show the shocking reality of her mother's mortality. Why does the sea later use of simile of a later winter's moon? It is a more gentle and poetic acknowledgement of fading life. The shift from the corpus simile to the moon simile indicates a shift in the poet's preparation from the shock to register acceptance. The act of looking away at the trees of children show the poets. इसका आंसर होगा desire to escape painful thoughts. The final repeated simile suggests the emotional effort to maintain a brave face. The poem's title is significant because it directly states the central situation in aging mother. The fact that the poet recalls the memory at the age of 65 adds a layer of irony and self-reflection. The poem is a classic example of confessional poetry because it explores personal and painful emotion with a raw honesty. The falling rhythm in the trochee meters help to convey a sense of sadness and decline. The absence of a regular rhyme scheme makes the poem sound like everyday speech. The stream of consciousness technique allows the reader to experience of unfiltered flow of the poet's thought and fear. The poem's power lies in its economy of language and emotional honesty. The open mouth does of the mother highlights her vulnerability and lack of awareness. The word realized in line 7 implies that the poet's understanding was sudden and painful. The security check at the airport serve as a physical and symbolic barrier. The poet's childhood fear is described as familiar because it is a long-standing, recurring fear. The ellipse at the end of the poem suggests that the simile continues endlessly in a painful way. Which literary device is not used prominently in the poem? Stare. The poem successfully blends the with the universal, personal. The merry children serve as a foil to the aging mother. The phrase "put the thought away" is an example of a mental effort to suppress an emotion. The poem's emotional climax occurs when the poet feels the familiar edge and focuses a smell. The pain the poet feels is primarily emotional. The setting of poem moves from the car to the airport. The poem can be classified as a lyric because it expresses personal emotion and thoughts. The ultimate subject of My Mother at 66 is the love and fear associated with a parent's mortality. In which year was the poem My Mother at 66 published, and what significant personal event occurred in the poet's life that same year? 1999, the year of she adopted Islam. Which poetic technique, characterized by the continuous flow of thoughts without regular full stop, is used in the poem Stream of Consciousness? In the poem, the poet looks out of the car window at young trees spreading and merry children singing. What is the primary literary function of this imagery? To provide a stark contrast to aging and frail image of her mother. Identify that simile used in the poem to describe the mother's face at the airport. इसका आंसर होगा both A and sorry एक and तीन. A scene like that of a corpse and होगा pale as a late winter's moon. Which of the following poetic device is exemplified by the phrase smile and smile and smile? Repetition and polysyndacton. The poem captures the complex subtitles of human relationships by highlighting the conflicts between inner emotional turmoil and outer compression. थैंक यू साथियों, बने रहिए हमारे साथ। वीडियो को लाइक करें, कमेंट करें, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा साथियों के साथ शेयर करें और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें। अगेन थैंक यू।